Well, back home, disputes between car mechanics and customers are unfortunately nothing new. But having the police called to the scene, maybe not so much. That's why the police got involved, or why they did. We felt we needed to pursue this story. Here's our consumer investigator, Danielle Serino.
Sarah, of course, the dispute was over money. A woman paid for repairs, but ended up with a car that wasn't quite ready for the road. So when the repair shop asked for more money, she hit the road with her car, and now she's being charged as a criminal. You can tell by the sound and the drive.
Let's just be quiet for 1 second.
This car is on its last leg, but it's Catherine Peoples' lifeline, so she's got to make it last.
It may be a piece of crap to others, but to me, it's all I have. I just finished paying this vehicle off. My whole intention was to get a stable vehicle.
It's why this working mom of 3 scraped together $1,300 to fix it at this Midas in Brook Park, even though she was originally quoted for $1,000. And she says they told her she'd need a few extra things.
I don't really know mechanic terms.
To really get it running smoothly.
We had discussed that it was out of my budget. Just do what you can, and I'll bring it back the next week to get the following work done.
She needed to pass the e-check, but she failed. So she brought it back to get those extra things, which would cost an extra $500. This time, she brought along her sister Angel.
When he said, "I'm giving you my word, if it's not the fuel injection, anything else that's wrong with it, I got it."
But when she took the newly repaired car for a test drive, the car still shook and the check engine light was still on. But Midas wanted its money.
I called the police to see what was my options at this time because I had never been through anything like this.
They told her it was a civil matter, and since she had the keys, she could leave. And that's where things took a bad turn.
By the time I made it home, the police was calling me, telling me, bring the vehicle back or it's grand theft.
Yep, Midas filed this criminal complaint against her for theft.
The problem is she didn't do it with an intent to deprive the owner of the property.
Blake Brewer is a local consumer attorney.
She had a good faith, legitimate dispute about whether she had been provided the services.
Since Midas clearly feels they had, we wanted to know why $1,800 worth of work wasn't enough to get her car to work.
I can't comment on this, though.
Instead, he said the district manager would come.
We were told you would be here in a couple of minutes.
He never showed. So he emailed and called the owner of the franchise.
I want to be fair. So, again, I'm calling about a dispute.
He called back later that day and said additional services needed to be performed on a vehicle that had been highly neglected for many years. Still, Catherine says she's not backing down, even if it means she'll be prosecuted.
This is all I have, so I have to fight for it.
In fact, Catherine is now suing Midas for violating the Consumer Sales Practices Act, breach of contract, and defamation for accusing her of theft. The owner of the franchise says he plans to vigorously fight the charges.
Well, Danielle, sounds like it's far from over.
Ooh.